Hello. The role of Tommy will be played by The Mask. Who is The Mask, you ask? Well, that is the question, isn't it? Today we're going to be talking about Milan's artistic perfume event called Exsence that has been put off for another time. I knew that it would only be a matter of time before coronavirus has disrupted yet again another gathering meant specifically for the dissemination and discussion of fragrances, this time the niche fragrance community with Exsence. It was to be February 11th through the 14th, the 12th edition of this gathering. It has been extended for a future date, and yet it will not be. Thank you, Corona, for again ruining our lives in yet a different way. So if you had plans to go to this, my apologies. You will not be able to attend. Today, I would like to discuss a fragrance favorite of mine. It is called Versace's The Dreamer. It makes me think of so many things. It sparks the terrible yet wonderful memory of the longing for my beloved when she moved away, thus severing the powerful ties of unrequited love. The circumstance may be long gone, but the memories of those feelings will live on. You may forget a person, but you never will forget how they made you feel, as the saying goes. This bottle is like a small tome of all those feelings created by all the circumstances that brought an awkward teenage boy into the orbit of the most beautiful yet ethereal girl. She was gone as though she were never there at all, save a lingering smell of juniper berries growing wild underneath her bedroom window, carried on the wind to my nose as I walked home, wishing I could be the one growing up the lattice, ever closer to where she lay her head. As a child, I had a recurring dream of flying, but it wasn't the kind of flying that you're thinking of now, not like Superman free in the sky. The dream was a dark sepia, as a camera slowly pans from left to right. The realization dawned that it was my bedroom, my dresser, there, the wooden blocks of the alphabet haphazardly spelling out a word that was unknown to me, the discovery of a deeper facet of fear. Then suddenly a hand was holding an old-fashioned clothing iron and took a butter knife and struck the iron with it, like hitting a bell. The resulting thrum shot through my body like a bolt of lightning, burgeoning outward like a war wound on a white shirt. As the bell-like sound grew to its apex, so did I. Only I wasn't growing, I was floating, right off the ground, like a human-sized balloon. And in my nascent ascension, I began to feel the true wonder of everything, the destination of every awe, every thought, every unasked question, every feeling too big to consent to any form of expression, understanding on the precipice of comprehension. Then the sound began to fade, and with it, my flight began to diminish with equal speed. The sound was dissipating rapidly, and I began to fall far, far down, until my feet gently touched down on solid ground again. I would have this dream over and over again, until I woke. The dreamer features notes of juniper, tarragon, artemisia, lily, iris, flax, amber, and tobacco blossom. My three favorite notes are amber, tobacco, and juniper berries. And thankfully, in this fragrance, you can pick all of them out at any given time. You do not have to wait until it dries down. It's there in the open, it's there in the mid, they're there at the dry down. It lasts the full life of the fragrance itself. The Dreamer is widely recognized as one of Versace's best scents. As such, it has galvanized the community. People are either for it or against it. It seems there is no gray area for this. People often sow seeds of dissent by spreading rumors of reformulation. It is definitely not mass appealing. It has a very bright opening that immediately reveals everything it's going to do. It doesn't promise you the world at the beginning and then end up giving you a dollar store globe. It does what it sets out to do, and it does so genteelly, softly, a little bit subdued. It's the first time I've ever called a fragrance intelligent. I think Versace had in mind a complex, sophisticated fragrance that was not mass appealing. Not everyone is going to get 100% of the time. It's still a bit of a mystery, while not being a mystery at all. It's a bit of a contradiction construct, and that is part of its allure. Projection for this beast is decent, wearing down to a skin scent within a couple of hours. Longevity is good for me, finally giving in around 6 to 7 hour mark. Think about what you want, the vibe that you want to give before wearing this fragrance. It's not always going to be well received, but maybe you don't always want to be well received. Perhaps you yourself want to be a bit of a mystery. If so, this is the perfect scent for you. That is the dreamer's perfect occasion. I am the mask, and I may or may not ever see you again.